Hello there. Thank you for stopping by. 2025 is nigh, and one idiom keeps repeating in my mind. Good things happen to those who wait. Today, we're counting down 13 of my most anticipated TV shows this year. Let me tell you, we indeed had to wait. Most of the shows here had a 2 to 3 year hiatus between seasons, one of which aired its previous season in 2018. I can be a patient man, but whoa, Nelly, that'd be pushing it. Don't know about you, but I do miss the glory days of getting a new season each year. Frell, I'd be happy with a season every 18 months. It is just redonk to have to wait an average of 2 to 3 years between seasons. IMHO. Casual round aside, wait, I did. But maybe not so patiently. The 13 shows listed here are TV to truly get excited about. I did limit myself to only shows confirmed for a 2025 release by the streamer. No educational guessing, wishful thinking here, for the most part. Let's go ahead and dive right in, shall we? Number 13 made me think I was downright crazy when I saw this title pop up, The Terror, The Devil in Silver, on AMC+. Literally thought AMC canceled The Terror after its second season back in 2019. However, 6 years later, I am very happily proven wrong. Why happy? Glad you asked, because the third season of this anthology horror series is going to adapt the book The Devil in Silver by Victor LaValle. The last show to adapt a LaValle novel, Apple TV's The Changeling, made my top 13 shows from 2023. I am a huge fan of the folktale horror elements he brings to his stories. The premise of this series, Pepper is admitted to an insane asylum and, along with the quote-unquote other residents, is messed with a bison-headed figure. Sign me up! AMC has a proven track record of producing phenomenal shows, and I have no doubt that Terror, The Devil in Silver will deliver a spectacle to behold. Grab your toothbrush and bus ticket. It is time to go! Number 12, Reacher Season 3 from Prime Video. This Reacher is not a Tom Cruise movie spin-off show. It is its own entity. Based on the novel series by Lee Child, the third season is set to adapt the novel Persuader. Here, Jack Reacher must rescue an undercover DEA agent from a criminal organization. A big standout of this novel is Reacher encounters somebody who is twice his size. Keep in mind, Reacher is a big dude. Heck, even Alan Richson, who plays Reacher, is a fella I would not want to be on the receiving end of his ire. So, did Amazon go out and find an actor twice Richton's size? You betcha! Reacher is an action drama which seamlessly blends intense fight scenes with heartfelt drama. The wait isn't too long for this one either. Season 3 premieres on February 20th. Not being Vulcan enough is the 11th pick in our countdown. Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 from Paramount+. Strange New Worlds is a spin-off series from Star Trek Discovery. A big difference is it focuses more on the episodic installments versus the season-long story arcs we got with Discovery and Picard. But there is an overall arcing story here as well. Captain Pike of the Enterprise, yes, that very same in the original series, is destined to die, and he knows it. There is also the ongoing threat of the Gorn, portrayed in this series as CGI heavily influenced by aliens, versus the man in a rubber lizard suit we got in the original series. Badass improvement, IMHO. What I've particularly enjoyed from the previous 2 seasons is the show's slow build of the original series crew. We got Spock, Uhuru, and Nurse Chapel already on the Enterprise. Kirk makes regular guest appearances, and Scotty was introduced brilliantly at the end of last season. Excited to see who we meet this season. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has consistently delivered a variety of fun, funny, and or riveting episodes. Super stoked to see what Season 3 brings us. Time is taking its toll on Camp Half-Blood for our 10th installment, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Season 2 from Disney+. Not gonna lie, the first season of Percy Jackson almost made my fave from 2024 list. Though it premiered December 2023, its finale was in 2024. Percy Jackson checks many of the boxes I like in the show. Modern fantasy, myths, magic, adventure, and great characterizations. Its first season delivered on all these elements as if it was touched by the gods. The second season promises to deliver the same level of mythos and adventure, and then some. It is going to adapt Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series, Sea of Monsters. Percy returns to Camp Half-Blood to find it in turmoil from Kronos' attacks, and his friend Grover is missing. To help make things right, he embarks on a quest which will bring him to the Sea of Monsters. Sounds like a splendid vacation spot. Great view, temperate climate, perfectly safe. Nothing perilous about that sea. Oh yeah, Percy also meets his Cyclops half-brother. I am looking forward to immersing myself into the world of Percy Jackson again, and enjoying their take on the gods of Olympus. Grab your air freshener. Slow Horses Season 5 from Apple TV is the 9th most anticipated show this year. In addition to Reacher, Slow Horses is the other show which delivers a new season each and every year. My only complaint about Slow Horses is the 6-episode runs are way too short. This 5th season adapts London Rules, the 5th novel in Mick Herron's Slow Horses series. It follows the dysfunctional crew of Slough House, the purgatory where failed MI5 agents go when they made a career-ending mistake. Slough House is overseen by the flagellating heavy drinker Jackson Lamb, portrayed by Gary Oldman, whom, despite his callous nature, is a brilliant agent. This season finds one of their own in mortal danger, likely of their own making, and the team must yet again test their luck in surviving the perilous world of espionage. Slow Horses is a smart, well-developed, gripping thriller which will have you laughing to tears when you're not sitting at the edge of your seat. The 8th installment might just prove the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Handmaid's Tale, Season 6, on Hulu. It has been 3 long years since we last saw June, played by Elizabeth Moss, and Ivan Stravosky's Serena on a train bound for Alaska. Talk about a commute. In the very first season, this pair together proved they can be power players in the world of Gilead. Between June's fierce desire to rescue her daughter and Serena's intimate knowledge of the foundations of Gilead, there is the real potential they can rain some much-deserved hell onto the fledgling country. Then we have to consider some of the other players too. The morally gray Commander Lawrence and his close-to-heart agenda, June's lover Nick, and even Aunt Lydia's arc was opening her eyes to the fact that Gilead is not the paradise she was sold on. The wildcard character for me is Alexis Bledel's Emily, who is last seen sneaking back into Gilead on her quest for vengeance. Handmaid's Tale has consistently delivered a heart-wrenching, intense drama, and this final 6th season looks to be upping the ante. Look for it sometime this spring. The Wheel takes another turn this year. Number 7, Wheel of Time, Season 3 from Prime Video. Last season ended with Rand being revealed as the Dragon Reborn, whose allegiance is not as cut and dry as you might think. There is a reason the Aes Sedai, women who have mastered channeling the One Power, spent the last couple of seasons attempting to recruit and control Rand. The dragon, legendary for saving the world throughout the ages, is not guaranteed to side against the Dark One. To prove his commitment to the side of light, while resisting the creeping madness the One Power causes with men, he sets out to the Stone of Tears for the Sword of Kalandor, which can only be wielded by champions of light. A treacherous quest indeed, with all the Forsaken, the Dark One's most powerful minions, loose and running amok. Then there's the Black Aja, a sect of the Aes Sedai who serve the Dark One to contend with. The Wheel of Time is a dramatic adventure series rich in its world building, sure to enthrall us all in the next turn of this journey. Look for Season 3, March 13th on Prime Video. Loving World Peace, no matter how many people it has to kill to get it, is the 6th entry of our countdown. Peacemaker, Season 2 from HBO Max. The first season of Peacemaker was a fun, twisted romp, and easily gets my vote for the best opening title sequence. This August, I believe, the team reassembles in a completely different cinematic universe. Sadly, creator James Gunn is keeping tight-lipped on the details, but it does take place after the events of July's Superman movie, and does feature Rick Flag Sr., who debuted in Creature Commandos and shows up in Superman. Thing is, Peacemaker killed Rick Flag Sr.'s son in Gunn's The Suicide Squad movie. Yeah, there's going to be some tension between these two characters. Also looking forward to the mother-daughter dynamic between Viola Davis's Amanda Waller and Daniel Brooks' Leota, after she exposed Amanda's Suicide Squad initiative to the world at the end of last season. Peacemaker Season 2 promises to keep on pushing the boundaries while starting us off with some wound-up tension. And these are just the subplots. Very curious about the main plot driver this sophomore season. Real quick, I'd like to take a quick pause to the countdown. I want to highlight an honorable mention. Severance Season 2 from Apple TV. Knew by the time I got done with all the animations, this show would have already premiered. Severance is a magnificently surreal experience which had me hooked from the very first episode. If it did not drop so early, would have definitely been included on this list. Check it out if you haven't done so already. Now back to our regularly scheduled countdown. Number 5 has Demogorgons Running Wild and The Right Side Up. Stranger Things Season 5 from Netflix. Another long wait to get new episodes, and sadly, another final season. This 80s themed supernatural adventure series sees our kids, now as young adults, with the upside down now openly exposed in our world. And the showrunners are keeping the plot details close to chest, with only teasing the episode titles. I don't care. Stranger Things has been brilliant and fun from the get-go. It built this crazy little universe which seamlessly sprinkles laughs, heart, and horror toppings to deliver a perfectly served cone of a show. I am just super stoked to have one last adventure with Eleven, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will. I am looking forward to the bizarre coping mechanisms Joyce and Hopper will come up with. And very curious as to how Max escapes her fate from the previous season. You bet your double scoops I'm going to be there for Stranger Things' final campaign. Hedging our bets on the latest tourney is my 4th most anticipated show, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms from HBO. I am very curious on how HBO is going to pull off the successor Game of Thrones series. The original series was an intricate, world-spanning epic fantasy involving plot lines from dozens of characters. House of the Dragon, though similar in approach, is pulled back in overall scale of characters and the world outside the Red Keep, Dragonstone, and the Targaryens. George R. R. Martin's Hedge Knight series is the most intimate of tales from Westeros, almost exclusively focusing on Sir Duncan the Tall and Esquire Egg, short for Aegon. Get it? Big events do occur around them that both characters end up thrust into the middle of, but we only really see it from Duncan Egg's point of view. Don't get me wrong, I read all 3 novellas back to back. They are amazing tales and have some fantastic characters, both with and without fleas. The first episode where Duncan and Egg meet, for sure, is going to be great. The final episode, likewise, will have you sitting at the edge of your seat. Taking place at the halfway mark between House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones, Duncan and Egg's adventures do put them into some precarious situations. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is going to give us a more everyday look at the life of the non-royal citizens of Westeros. Ring them alarm bells. The number 3 most anticipated show is sprinting right at our walls. The Last of Us, Season 2 from HBO. If you had the privilege of watching the first season, then you are as likely as excited for the sophomore season as I am. The first season of this uniquely part pandemic, part zombie, post-apocalyptic drama expanded on the game's already strong world building and delivered us a definitive, heart-pounding, tragic drama. Season 2 will introduce us to Abby, a central character from the Last of Us Part 2 game. Abby's dad was one of the Fireflies amongst that scene in the last episode, and has spent the previous 5 years on a quest for revenge. So you know her and Joel are going to have a conflict. Now, if you're a game fan, gotta warn you, the show's creators have confirmed the event which happens at the beginning of Part 2 will not occur as early as it did in the game. I do have faith the show's creators are going to build that tension in a spectacular way. The first season of Last of Us gave us tragic and brutal fables which simultaneously left us in tears and our jaws hitting the floor. The second season is poised to deliver more of that while raising the stakes. Justice is most definitely blind with our pre-ultimate entry in this countdown. Daredevil, Born Again from Disney+. Season 3 of the original Daredevil series aired in 2018 on Netflix, so has been a long 7 years in the making to have the opportunity to lay eyes on this latest installment. I think it speaks volumes that the original cast were all willing to return, especially Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. He sets the standard for how Kingpin is portrayed. IMHO. Charlie Cox returns as the title character Daredevil, and John Bernthal also picks up the Punisher's arsenal. The original series nailed the casting, and super stoked we get to continue with them. Marvel promises more of a continuation to this grounded take on the superhero genre, and to solidify the world of Daredevil in the MCU. They also boast the inclusion of the elements which made the original series shine. Yes, please. The original Daredevil series was a cinematic powerhouse when it ran, and I am truly excited to get the next chapter of this journey. Daredevil Born Again hits our screens on March 4th. A rebel with a cause wins the top spot in our most anticipated shows coming in 2025. Star Wars Andor Season 2 from Disney+. If you have not yet watched the first season of Andor, pause this video and watch it right now. This prequel series of the Rogue One movie is that amazing of a show. Andor has been described by many as Star Wars for grown-ups, a reward, so to say, for loving the franchise your entire life. Season 1 follows Diego Luna's Andor character's journey to the ranks of what would become the rebellion we saw in the original Star Wars movie. Whereas the Rogue One movie's events led up to the start of Star Wars, the events of Season 2 bring us to the starting point of Rogue One. There are a lot of characters you love and hate portrayed in the first season. The standout is Stellan Skarsgård's Luthen. We don't know if he's good or evil, Jedi in hiding or not, but he is for shizzles a badass. He is the orchestrator manipulating the events of the soon-to-be rebellion and bringing the players together. Andor is a political drama and adventure at its best, and cannot wait to see the next and final season blast its way onto my screen. Andor Season 2 premieres April 22nd. That's a wrap, y'all. Hope you discovered some new shows to check out this year. If I left one of your most anticipated 2025 shows out, please share it in the comments. No, I had real difficulty whittling this list down. Take a moment and make sure you're subscribed. I plan to continue my top 7 monthly radar pings throughout the year. Spoiler alert, many of those number ones are on this list. Shh, we'll keep it our little secret. Finally, blast that like button. It helps me grow my sport of a channel into a fully grown cordyceps. Thanks again for watching. Cheers!